We moved into the neighborhood for peace. A quiet, gated community just outside Phoenix, where you'd expect the worst conflict to be about trash bins or noisy dogs. We were wrong. What we didn't realize was that the HOA had hired a self-proclaimed security officer, a guy named Vince, who took his job a little too seriously. Now, when I say security officer, I mean middle-aged, buzz-cut, cargo pants, Oakleys at dusk, and a badge he probably ordered online. Vince patrolled in an old Crown Vic with a light bar he wasn't legally allowed to use, and a belt full of gear like he was guarding Fort Knox instead of watching over retirement-age joggers and toddlers on scooters. My girlfriend, Malia, is calm, level-headed, and used to dealing with men like Vince. She's a defense attorney, sharp as a tack, and not easily intimidated. And as fate would have it, her godfather is a U.S. Marshal, a fact she doesn't flaunt, but keeps in her back pocket for moments just like this. It all started over a parking spot. Malia had parked her car temporarily in a visitor spot near the clubhouse while dropping off paperwork for the HOA board. It was around 4 p.m., broad daylight. No one else even parked nearby. I was inside making coffee when I heard shouting from the front yard. I stepped out and saw Vince, chest puffed, hand on his holstered weapon, yelling at Malia. "You don't belong here. Move this vehicle now or you're trespassing." She calmly replied, "I live here. I'm on the deed. I'm not trespassing." That wasn't good enough for Vince. He reached for his belt, unclipped his holster, and pointed the barrel down but drew his gun. I said, "Move it." I ran toward them, but Malia didn't even flinch. She stared him down, pulled out her phone, and calmly said, "You're about to make the worst mistake of your life." Then she dialed a number. "Hey, Uncle Danny, I've got an armed HOA rent-a-cop pulling a gun on me in front of my house." "Yeah, I'm recording. Can you send someone?" Now that got Vince's attention. He froze. "Wait, what?" Malia continued, camera pointed right at him. "He says I don't belong here. He's standing on my driveway, weapon drawn." She ended the call, then looked Vince dead in the eye and said, "You're going to want to holster that before backup arrives. Or don't. Your call." 10 minutes later, 2 black Suburbans rolled up. Not local PD, federal marshals. One of them walked up to Vince and asked for ID. Vince stammered something about neighborhood enforcement and protocol. The marshal cut him off. "You're impersonating law enforcement, threatening a resident, and unlawfully brandishing a weapon. That's 3 felonies minimum." They disarmed him on the spot, cuffed him, and placed him into the back seat of the Suburban. The HOA president arrived shortly after, horrified and apologetic, saying Vince was only supposed to monitor for vandalism and speeding. Apparently, he had never passed a full background check and had been hired as a contractor with no insurance or licensing. In the aftermath, Vince was charged with impersonating an officer, brandishing a firearm, and trespassing with a weapon. His gun wasn't even legally registered. The HOA board faced serious heat from residents and quickly disbanded their private security program. They issued a formal apology to Malia and offered to cover any legal expenses, which we declined, but kept in writing just in case. As for Malia, she didn't even break a sweat. Later that night, she texted her godfather a thank you and added a little smirking emoji. Now the only patrol around here is a real deputy from the county, who swings by once a week and waves from the road. And Vince? Let's just say we haven't seen him. And we're guessing he won't be applying for security jobs anytime soon.